Okay, folks, whether it makes you laugh, cry, scream, or fly, there's a song for every emotion. We're Mike and Priya, and we talk about the songs that make up the soundtrack to your life, because life is in the lyrics. Missed it.
Missed it.
Missed it.
I had the damn thing down. Ground control to Priya.
Ground control to Major Mike. You messed it up already.
I did. Ground control to Major Priya.
Ground control to Major Mike. Take your protein pills and put your helmets on. I put an S in there because there's more than one.
Yeah. That's just a little foreshadowing, little listeners, because this week's topic, you're about to find out.
Yeah.
Has something to do with that little ditty we just...
Well, I think everybody probably figured that out fairly quickly because the big news of the last week has been not Easter and the death and risening of Christ.
Death and risening?
Or is that Christmas?
Is risening a word?
No, it's not, but go with it.
No, it's... Oh my God. Did you just say, is that Christmas?
I know. It's Easter. I know that. I know you told me all about the parade you saw where he was walking with the cross and the thorns and the people dressed like sheep. And I was like, are they really sheep? And he's like, no, just people dressed as sheep.
Yeah, but did
sheeple. They were sheeple.
Did you just...
I did say it. Let's move on.
But do you know Christmas is about the birth of Christ?
Right. But then, okay, and then Easter is when he dies and comes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then where did he go?
Oh, I think he worked at a Starbucks.
Like, what happened to him
A
after?
part-time job.
He's probably still there.
They
give good benefits.
I don't know, actually. I studied this in Catholic school, but I can't remember.
After the risening?
I don't think risening is a word.
It's definitely not, but...
You're just going to say it again?
New words are made up every year in the Urban Dictionary.
All right. Well, we'll see if this shows up next Easter.
Did I see that you had a lovely case of risening with your hot cross buns downstairs.
Yes, I did. I made some hot cross buns this morning.
And how were they, Mike?
They were kind of mediocre, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you said they were kind of bland. And I said, well, really, hot cross buns are bland. They're just dough with some raisins in it and a glaze on top.
This recipe that I got, though, I steeped Earl Grey tea with fresh ginger, cinnamon stick.
You did some extras.
What are those? Cloves?
Yeah.
And cardamom pods.
That's a lot of extra steps.
Yeah, steeped all that, created a really nice tea. And then I soaked the raisins in it.
Okay.
And then I used that water to hydrate, as they say in the recipe.
Okay.
Hydrate the flour.
What does that mean? What is hydrating? Like soaking it?
Yeah, you just I used it as the wet and milk, warm milk.
Okay.
Still boring.
Yeah. They look nice, though.
They do. Maybe we'll put a picture on our socials.
Yeah, we should do that. And don't add the S to that. We only have the one. We went through this in season 1, and you finally got beyond it, and now we're right back at square one.
Yeah, I like to bring it back.
Okay.
OG.
It's a throwback?
Mm-hmm. It's a throwback.
All right. Well, folks, so how cool that last week we saw the launch of the first manned mission to the moon in decades.
Okay, well... I just have a couple of things to say about that. One is I had no idea this was happening until you said, let's do an episode about space.
Yeah, and I'm sad to say and embarrassed to say that I didn't know it was happening until that day. Because it was just all over the... Why didn't I know?
Yeah. Have you read any articles leading up to the day that the thing launched?
No. And I do look at... I look at the news every day.
Entertainment Tonight.
No. Entertainment
TMZ.
Weekly. No. Never. Entertainment Weekly. People Magazine, because they cover a wide range of things. And sometimes I just like junk in the morning when I'm having my coffee. And then CNN. And occasionally I'll hop
Fox
on over
News.
to Fox News for a good laugh and a giggle.
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything about it. And then you told me, and then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole looking at it.
And were you excited once you started looking into it?
Yeah, I think we've mentioned this before on the podcast, how my head kind of explodes when I think about space and just how infinite it is and how tiny we are and how pointless most of what we do is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is kind of cool. But yeah, totally weird that it's no longer a big deal. The other thing is, well, I mean, it is a big deal in a sense, but
on.
Yeah, I guess when Katy Perry and other celebrities can pay to go up to space.
True. But yes, I agree with that. But they're just, they're doing one very singular thing in looking at the Earth from above. They're not going, these guys, 4 astronauts, including the first Canadian astronaut to go to space, Jeremy Hansen.
The first Canadian?
Yeah.
Chris Hadfield was Canadian.
Oh.
What'd you talk about, Priya? And we've had other Canadian astronauts in space.
Why did they say first? First black?
No, he's not black, I don't think, is he?
Oh, he is black.
Oh, okay, then he's the first
very
black.
Handsome man. Yeah, okay, well, ixnay on the first A, but anyways.
Well, that's your extensive research.
They want to build a space station on the moon from which to explore other planets like Mars and Jupiter, not Uranus, because that's been explored extensively already.
Is that your joke?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I made that up on the way up the stairs. I was like, fuck, I got to write that down.
Yeah, very pleased with yourself.
I was very. This was me typing it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like yours hasn't been. Anyways, anywho, they're not actually going to the moon.
What are they doing then? They're just
circling? They're going around the moon.
Okay.
And they're going to be actually further away from the moon than the last flight that went, the Apollo mission that went out there.
Okay.
But they're going to be able to see parts of the moon that have never been seen before by the human eye.
Yes, I did hear that. And I thought, well, why have not all the, like when the previous ones went, why didn't they see all the parts of it?
Because they were too close.
Oh, they didn't get enough of a bird's eye view?
Yeah, well, they're much higher up than a bird.
Well, I was trying to think, what's the space equivalent of a bird?
Oh, right, yeah.
Like
the full
star's eye view?
To see the poles.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
You missed the opportunity to make a joke about poles, but that's okay. Yeah, it is totally freaky.
You mean the poles in Uranus?
Cut.
All right, sorry. I just want to insert here, that's funny too, that when I was in Turkey, in Cappadocia, where they filmed some of Star Wars, one of the, I think Tatooine or one of the deserty planets, we had lunch in this restaurant that was built into the mountain. It was like a crazy place, and it was called Uranus Cafe. And I had no end of joy telling people that I had lunch in Uranus.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because I am basically a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, are we getting into the episode, or do you want to have a catch-up? Do we want to let our little listeners know what we've been up to?
Well, I think we should. I mean, we went out last night. We had a good time.
We did. Yeah. What did we do, Priya? Let our little listeners know.
Why are you making it sound like there's some big story here?
Little listeners, we had a really nice, boring night out.
Well, that's not true. I mean,
it was fun.
It was, okay. We could have probably stayed at the bar. We went to a great pub on the Danforth called Noonan's. And it's always a good time there. It has a great vibe.
That was my first time there.
Yeah, and we both remarked almost at the same time that it had a similar vibe to the good old days of
the Gladstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a really good mixed crowd.
I know.
I like that.
I like that too. Like all different ages.
They had live music. Because we said that we were going to do live music at least once a month.
Yes, we did. And I didn't even intend for that to be our live music night. It was just like they have live music and it's always a good crowd because people just like to go there for live music. And it's free. It's insane to me that it's free to listen to the bands there because it is it's just a really cool place.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking part of the story you were going to tell was about us planning our night out.
Well, shall we get into that?
Yeah.
Okay. So last week when we were together, we decided that we were going to hang out on the long weekend.
Yeah. At the time of recording, it's Easter weekend.
Yes, and they'll be listening to this the Wednesday after, so I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I came in and I said, hey, Mike, because we were going to hang out on Saturday. Which is today.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do the record and then we were going to go out. And I said, hey, I don't know if I can do Saturday. You said,
You don't have to get into all those details.
No,
That's boring.
You said something about, you think you can't spend that much time with me? But it was because of my dog. It's like my life revolves around, our lives revolve around our dogs.
It's true. And last night at the bar, we were sitting there
pathetic.
Talking.
In the midst of a bar full of people, it's so loud.
Yeah.
And what are we doing?
Talking about our dogs.
And?
What?
Showing pictures of our dogs.
What?
To
Did
each
we
other.
do that, though?
Yes, you did. You showed me your phone.
Oh, yeah, I did.
And then you turned it off and you showed me how every time you turn your phone on, it's a different photo of Rita.
Yeah. And she's so cute.
And I said,
and everyone.
Shouldn't you have a picture of your husband there? And you completely ignored that and kept showing me all the pictures of Rita.
It's true. So that was a fun night. And yes, the planning. But the other part that I thought was kind of funny was when initially we were going to go and do karaoke last night. But then we realized Good Friday, the place that was going to do karaoke
has a private party.
And the karaoke's next week, not last night.
Well, I think it's usually every Friday that you said, but then it just happened that they had a stupid private party.
I know.
We should have crashed that party.
We should have. Yeah.
We would have been the life of that party.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But we were struggling to figure out where to go and what to do.
And then Mike was like, let's just not go out then. I said, no, we are going out. And
no, you said, come on over and we'll like play records and
well,
sing.
I did say that. Yeah, because we've been meaning to have a night of just playing records, like on the good old-fashioned record player.
Yeah, and then that's when I said, I don't want to spend a whole night in your house with you when I'm going to be spending time recording.
Did you say that?
I did. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
No. You got an interesting memory.
I might
Selective.
have blocked that. But our night at the fun pub got cut short because Mike had not eaten, and so he needed to go and get
I think we were both kind of ready, though.
Yeah, maybe.
It was around 11 o'clock, and we were like, Was
it 11 o'clock already?
Oh, yeah.
I don't feel like I got home at midnight. No,
really?
I don't think so. I'm going to check my...
Maybe we left the restaurant at 11.
Yeah, maybe.
But when we were when we were trying to figure out what to do last night, we were looking at a whole bunch of things. Oh, Gary Street. Gary Street has lots of stuff happening. Yeah. Let's go there. No, that was kind of lame. Then we're like, well, we don't really go out that much anymore. And, back when we were younger, we would go somewhere and either go to one bar or go to a place where there were several bars and we go bar hopping.
Yeah.
What do the kids do these days?
We don't know.
We don't know. No. So that's what I thought was kind of funny. Two middle-aged...
Oh, man. Okay, let's just cut this bit. That's enough of that.
No, I thought it was funny.
I had a good time.
I did.
mean, just being out, and there was a concert that just let out.
When you were with me.
I always have fun with you. That's true. But it was very active.
Yeah.
When the show let out, and it was just a lot of people around. It's just nice to feel the energy of people out and about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have got that if we just stayed at home and listened to records.
And I'm going to do that tonight by myself anyways, because Danielle's away with Toby. It's just me and Kaya, so we're probably going to have a little one-on-one time. Kaya will probably go upstairs to get out of my
Get away from the screeching?
Yeah, and she doesn't like it when I dance. We've talked about that.
Oh, right,
so, yeah.
Okay.
Mike, I hear you have a new song for me today.
I do. I do have a new song.
I'm excited for this. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to play this for you, and little listeners, we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Hey.
So that was Niall Horan's Dinner Party from his upcoming album that's coming out, I think, in June.
Yeah.
I think this is the first release from that. And he has another song that he wrote and performed with.
Is that Miles Smith?
Yeah.
That's yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What is that song?
It's called Drive Safe.
Okay.
And I can't remember what band he's from, but that band was like really big on the socials about a year and a half ago. And so he's got this new music coming out, and I know you're a fan.
Yeah.
And I like that song.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised that you picked a Niall song.
Yeah. It's got a good vibe to it.
I mean, it's pretty singer-songwritery.
It is pretty singer-songwritery. The other thing is, and we've talked about this before, I'm on the Instagram a lot. And so I was getting a lot of feed of his promo work for this new album. And in some of the interviews that I was watching, he was talking about the inspiration for this album. And it's apparently going to be a very personal album. He wrote a song about the passing of Liam.
He did.
The Dinner Party song is written about his girlfriend. And so I guess there's a lot of that.
Right.
But he was talking about how he was talking about in writing this album, he was wanting to share where he was at in that he's letting go of the past and letting go of that. And he didn't use these words, but that wish or hope that the band would get back together and
you mean One Direction?
One Direction and that sort of thing. And in other interviews with him, I don't know if you noticed this, but he was always in other interviews saying, "Oh, yeah, definitely we're getting back together. Definitely we're going to have another, tour." He was always talking that way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I thought it was really interesting for him to be talking about this album and kind of like an album about his own personal growth. And isn't that something that we all
should be striving for?
Yeah.
That's very cool. I'm a big fan of his also as a person. Just quickly, as you were talking about some of his duets, he was asked on one snippet I saw on Instagram who his dream collabs would be.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know who he mentioned?
Shawn Mendes?
No, they have sung together on stage together.
Right,
though.
yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh,
which I thought was interesting. Yeah. He said like everybody would say her, but I think that it would be really cool and I think our voices would sound great together. So hopefully Taylor saw that and we can expect a
I'm sure
duet.
He's probably got her on his phone or
I don't
whatever.
know about that. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to say about him is that he was a coach on The Voice 3 times.
Yes, I know,
won
and you were a
every
big fan.
season
Oh.
that he was on. So he's just an extremely likable guy. And yes, I've seen him in concert. You know all this. We've talked about him a lot. And he just, even in concert, like he doesn't seem like a cocky rock star. Just seems like a nice guy that you'd want to have a pint with in a pub.
Yeah.
If that pint was rum and Coke.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that was the song, and I knew you were a fan, and I thought it was, I kind of like it. And
good. Going
so
on your playlist?
Yes, on my playlist.
Okay. Very good stuff. Okay, so we are talking about space songs.
Why? Because like we said at the beginning of this episode, the launch...
Oh, no. Not life is in the lyrics. Sorry. Okay.
Well, life is in the lyrics, but space is also in the lyrics on this episode.
Yes, and because I'm just going to do this. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the earthly people. It's, a multi-year mission to explore new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. You know, they changed that from no man in the original to no one to be more inclusive. But
this is Star Trek?
This is Star Trek,
right.
yeah. And I am a big fan of many of the Star Trek TV series, specifically the original, Next Gen, and Strange New Worlds, which is amazing. And yeah, I think I've just been fascinated with space like forever.
Yeah. For as long as you can remember?
For as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
Not in a way that I ever thought I wanted to be an astronaut.
That would be interesting.
But okay, let me ask you this. If you had the opportunity to go on one of those space tourism flights, would you do it? Putting aside the cost and everything.
Now?
Yeah.
If I and assuming it's all safe and it's part of normal travel,
Is any travel particularly safe? You're going
but I mean,
through the atmosphere. So taking all of that into consideration, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, but I would be scared shitless.
It depends on how normalized it is, right? Because flight, that when flight first started, it would have been frightening for the average Joe to think, I'm not getting on this tin can and
haven't you and I just recently talked about how as we get older, the idea of flying, especially long distances,
right? Yeah,
is a bit more
yeah. So you're talking. So we're talking hypothetically here,
yeah.
but also taking into consideration our own neuroses.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm not saying if things were like perfectly safe, like there's no chance of anything. This is not Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm saying in this moment now, if you had the opportunity to go on one of those flights.
No, then I would say no.
Okay.
Not right now.
Yeah.
No.
But wouldn't you regret it then for the rest of your life to have given up that?
Not really.
No?
No. I mean, it's pretty remarkable that every day we can stand wherever we are and night falls and we look up and we see millions of stars and there's planets and there's all kinds of things that we don't see. There's this friggin' moon. It was a full moon the other night. This moon that comes out, like it's crazy. It's crazy to think that we're this tiny little speck in the universe and space.
I know.
And on this little speck, we're not even a speck. We're like barely.
I know.
It's so
we're one of 7.5 billion specks.
Yeah.
It's almost
7.5 billion?
Well, wait, aren't there 7 billion people or are we at 8 billion?
I
just
know.
thought maybe the number is closer to 7.5 now. I'm going to check it out.
Are there like 7 billion people in India?
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. As of early 2026, the population of the world has surpassed 8.3 billion.
Yeah. We're not meant for this world for too much longer.
No.
But anyway, so this episode, you wanted to talk about songs that had to do with space.
Yeah, I just thought it would be interesting to talk about that launch. And did you watch any of it or even on replays?
Yeah, I saw some of the. And did you see the clip of the flight? The person that took the video on her phone, they were flying in the air on a United Air.
No,
yeah,
and she saw the.
They saw it.
Oh, crikey,
in the
that
distance.
would be freaky.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I did not even hear about that, but I was listening to the launch on the radio as I was cooking, and then I thought, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I not watching this? Like eventually I just. Because like you said, I hadn't really heard of it happening until that day. And so I was just like, oh, yeah, so, it's on the radio now. And then I thought, why am I missing this? It's still a very historic thing to be going to.
Why? Why is it so historic for you, though?
Well, because we haven't gone there in a long time, first of all.
It's been 50 years, I think.
That's a long time. You know, and it's not like it is... It's not like something that happens every 2 years. We just send some people up and we, it's back and forth, back and forth. No, it's, I was listening to it and they had to pause the count. They had to pause readiness twice because they had some technical issues that they had to fix. They had to swap out some piece of equipment and something else. So that was nerve-wracking. Just thinking of the Challenger when that went up and it just...
Do you remember the Challenger?
I remember it vaguely. Again, I don't think I watched it, but I remember it happening and just being like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a very vivid memory. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when that happened.
Okay.
I was living in Burlington. I was cleaning the basement.
Oh.
We have a rec room in our basement. The TV was on and I was watching it. And I don't even think I was cleaning, to be honest. I think I was rearranging the furniture because that was my hobby or something when I was younger. And
you are a weird person.
Yeah, I know, but come on. That's well established.
Yeah, okay.
And the TV was on and I remember standing right behind the couch watching it go up and then the explosion. And I remember standing there looking at the TV thinking, okay, well, that doesn't seem right. Like that can't be right. But I was a teenager. What did I know, right?
Yeah.
But that to me was historic.
That it blew up?
Of course that it blew up, but at that period, space travel to me that was historic.
Because you were younger?
No, just because it was so.
Because that one didn't happen, so that was a setback.
It was a setback, but space travel was so rare now space travel, it's like they're always sending people, different countries are sending people up to these space stations and they're coming down and, like to me, it just doesn't seem as, it's not that it's not important. It just, I'm surprised that it's so impactful for you.
Well, I think, that's interesting. I just think anytime people go up there for an extended period of time is insane to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're only going up for a week. They're going to be back next week. They're going to be coming around the moon by Monday. They'll be in the orbit on the other side of the moon. And for 40 minutes, they won't be able to contact ground
Earth,
control.
I know. And so there will be no ground control to Major Tom.
No.
But also when they launched, there was no communication for quite a while. And so I was watching it online. I was watching it live. Mm-hmm. And they were saying, we're trying to reestablish communications and such. And I was like freaking out because I thought, I'm sure they're trained to say things very calmly and all because they don't want the world to freak out. But for me, and watching, what I thought was cool was watching the people that were there to witness it. Mm-hmm. They're like miles and miles and miles away, but you're seeing these people and the awe and the wonder and the tears and all of that. It was pretty emotional and pretty incredible.
Do you when you think about space and you think we cannot be the only
that's impossible.
I can't imagine with all of the planets and all the different galaxies out there that we're the only planet that has this kind of civilization or an advanced civilization.
You mean life? You mean any kind of life? Sentient.
Do you believe in UFOs and aliens?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I feel like this is a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. As you just said.
Yeah.
There are millions of planets out there. Who is arrogant enough to say, no, just us?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, probably the Christian nationalists.
Oh, don't say that.
Probably.
Anyways, so I kind of also think that there's got to be advanced life forms and civilizations elsewhere. And I think, okay, well, when you think about the struggle or the challenges of getting people into space and exploring other planets, I do. Who knows if any other life forms have ever come to Earth and observed us or whatever. Yeah. But I just think we're really not that advanced of a civilization if it's that challenging to get
that is
into
a very
space
good
and
point.
explore space. Mm-hmm. Like you would think that an advanced civilization would have kind of conquered space a little bit more. And I don't mean this as a diss to the space agencies or to astronauts or scientists or anything. I just think it helps put into perspective that, we're as advanced as we are limited as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the other thing is what is considered an advanced civilization? We don't know. Another species could be just they could be fucking clouds. We don't know what they would look like or how they would function. We don't know that that logic is a thing. We don't know anything about what these other worlds and beings could be like. So it's just kind of all mind-blowing, I think.
Yeah, it totally is.
To think about any of that.
Yeah.
But do you watch science fiction movies?
I have, yeah.
But it's not something you actively enjoy.
It's not no, it's not that I don't actively enjoy it. I do. It just depends on what the film is.
Okay, let's Interstellar. Did you see that?
No.
With Matt McConaughey? That's one of the best ones, I think.
And who else is in that?
Anne Hathaway, I think.
Yeah, and
not
the one
Amy
that was
Adams.
on the train. Oh, yeah, Amy Adams. Isn't she
she's in another one.
Oh, okay.
Called then there's Contact with also with Matt McConaughey and Jodie Foster. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Some of these, I saw 2001: Space Odyssey when I was very young, and man, when you think of that movie and how it foreshadowed a lot of these things like Star Trek and stuff. They foreshadow all the technology that we are now. FaceTime, such a normal thing now, but they would have these things. Holograms. Yeah. It's insane how these writers could envision what the future could look like and be so spot on in so many ways. So I guess maybe because I watch a lot of that kind of content, I am a little more not obsessed with it, but I love thinking about that kind of stuff, even though it does hurt my brain sometimes because it's too vast.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what my point was there. But, are you going to watch Project Hail Mary with Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Gosling.
Sorry, yes, with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I have seen some advertising about that, and I had no idea that this was a space movie because I wasn't really paying attention to what the movie was about.
Right.
So, but apparently, it's about space. And what is it? Like it's a guy, he wakes up and he's in a different world or something?
He's on the spacecraft. He's been selected with a small group of people to go and try and find another home for humanity. I think it's like the last hope. It's like a Hail Mary for the human species. But he wakes up and the rest of the crew has died. So he has to figure things out on his own. And he's just like he's a science teacher, like a high schooler, lower. So he's like, I'm not equipped to do this. But it's
Is it a comedy?
No, it's a drama, but I think it has a lot of light moments. And the Rocky, the other character, the alien that he meets, has become like an internet sensation.
Right. So where were we? I was somewhere and someone was talking about this. Oh, it was Thursday night. I was out with some colleagues and somebody was talking about this and they were talking about The Rock in this film and how it's he makes friends with this rock. Yeah. But the rock actually is an alien.
Yeah. And he looks really cute.
Yeah. Apparently, Ryan Gosling, according to the conversation on Thursday night with my colleagues, he needed to have one of his daughter's voice in his ears for him to have these emotional connections with this rock. That's how he got emotional while interacting with it.
He is like such... I can't even, let's not get into it. Okay. He's too much for me. I can't take it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have some songs to go.
Yeah.
We have some songs this episode that are related to space.
Yeah. There are a lot of songs with the words star or space or universe and stuff in them, but a lot of them don't have anything to do with space. So we tried to kind of just pick a few that actually talked about this freaking
And by
universe.
we...
I mean me.
Yeah.
I did all the extensive research on this one, except apparently not about the actual Artemis 2 mission, which you seem to have learned more about.
A little bit of reading on.
Yeah.
So I've an interesting thing about the songs that you selected. They're of a certain era, most of them. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I did not think about it, but you are correct.
Late 60s, early 70s?
Yeah, except for Drops of Jupiter, which was 90s maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Maybe that was in time with when was the Apollo mission? I guess we should have done our research.
Okay, so that when I was looking at the songs, I was thinking, okay, well, why were there so many songs in that era that were about space and travel?
Okay.
And so this is what I found out.
Okay, good thing there's two of us.
I know. All right, so there's two articles that I looked at, and one was from Max Polakov Space. I don't know what it is, but it's, I don't know, a blog or something like that. And this is an article from November 12th, 2024.
Okay.
And in this article, it said the space race, which was one of the central conflicts of the Cold War, had a profound impact not only on the development of science and technology, but also on popular cultures in the United States and Soviet Union. By demonstrating their own technological superiority, each state sought to strengthen its ideological influence. And then he goes on to talk about this article, in the article, how space impacted pop culture.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because the Star Wars started. So in cinema, there was obviously Star Wars. And then they were talking about the development of video games. But it really was a byproduct of the Cold War and the U.S. and the Soviet Union competing and racing to get the first man in space kind of thing, to conquer space. So then the other thing that I looked up was space race on Wikipedia. What does the wiki say about it?
Yeah.
So the Wikipedia says the space race was a 20th century competition between Cold War rivals, the United States and Soviet Union, which is from that other article, to achieve superior spaceflight capability. It had its origins in the ballistic missile-based nuclear arms race between the two nations following World War II and the onset of the Cold War. The technological advantage demonstrated by spaceflight achievement was seen as necessary for national security, particularly in regard to intercontinental ballistic missile and satellite reconnaissance, I can't say that word, capability, but also became part of the cultural symbolism and ideology of the time. The space race brought pioneering launches of artificial satellites, robotic landers to the moon, Venus, and Mars, and human spaceflight in low Earth orbit, and ultimately the moon. So, again, interesting that this post-World War II, like one of the outcomes of World War II and the advancement of, or the Cold War, these countries competing for technological advancements, but also built around security because they're trying to be the first to master long-range missile flight to protect their countries. But then the ripple effect is also setting people out into space and exploring space, and then the impact on the cultural phenomenon and how astronauts were seen as heroes. And there's articles written how astronauts are not really seen as heroes anymore because it's more common. But I thought that all was really kind of interesting because thinking and talking about the launch this past week, then thinking about, okay, well, what songs talk about space? Well, why was it on people's radar to sing songs about space? Well, actually, it was because, it was a result of consequences of war. Weird,
war.
eh?
I know,
would you have thought that?
No, I wouldn't.
I honestly, as I was reading these articles and, the other things that I've found online, I was like, oh my God, yeah, this is kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm just thick, but I never would have put those things together. Not that I never would have put them together. I wouldn't have thought that human space travel, I would have thought it would have been more based around exploring the universe, not so much about developing, warfare materials to protect your country.
Yeah. It's kind of like, of course it would be about that. Of course it would be about, let's see how we can destroy one another so that we can win.
Yeah.
I mean,
win what?
Win
At the
what?
end of the day, yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, thinking about these people going up there and like looking at the earth from above, which to me is just, they must all just cry when they see that, right? Like, what other reaction can you have? Awe first, and then just probably burst out into tears because. And then what happens if you cry? Does gravity or the lack of gravity in the space station or in the spaceship make your tears just float around?
Probably.
Oh, that's weird.
Did you watch the Chris Hadfield video of him doing Major Tom?
No.
Space Odyssey.
But I've seen videos of him playing guitar and stuff.
So there's shots of him when he's playing guitar and he's singing, and there are these bars on the spacecraft, and they hook their feet under the bar.
To keep from
just
floating
the
away?
top of their feet. Yeah.
It's so weird, like the idea of no gravity. I wonder what that feels like.
Yeah.
And how do you, I don't know, again, like you're just, like if you were in a massive, like say you were in the Sky Dome and they somehow made it zero gravity, would you just float right up to the top?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of like, well, no, I guess it isn't. I was going to say it's probably kind of like, floating in the water.
Yeah, but you feel something holding you in the water.
Still feel, yeah.
That I think is just, it's all just crazy to me.
Yeah.
But interesting what you're saying because yes, I did look up that the Apollo mission or the program ran from 1961 to 72, which is sort of when many of these songs that we sort of isolated were written. Across the Universe and Space Oddity, both in 1969, and then Rocket Man in 1972, my birth year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And David Bowie wrote a lot of songs about space.
Well, he had that character Major Tom, right? And he was a character that showed up in several of his songs.
Right. He had a lot of characters, huh? Because he had Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
He was such a cool performer. I should listen to more of his music and just explore more of his personas. Because I was not on that bandwagon.
No.
Like, I listened to some of his Let's Dance. And
Let's Dance.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
Yeah. I saw that Spider tour.
Oh, did you? You saw him in concert?
Yeah.
How was he?
He was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in my teens.
Yeah.
And I was probably 17, 18, 19 or something like that. And Duran Duran also was one of the opening acts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would have been a good show. And then Duran Duran went on to become huge.
I think Duran Duran were pretty big at the time, though. So I don't know. Maybe they were.
It was like a split show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so the songs that we have.
Yes.
So Space Odyssey.
Oddity.
Space Oddity is one of them.
Yeah, and which is such a funny title. Like, I wonder why he titled it that. Like, Space Oddity. Why an oddity?
Well, why don't we look it up?
We could do that. But this song, I feel like this song is one that you definitely, like, if you're, I hate to say this, but if you're a little high and you listen to this song, it would be really kind of earth-shattering to think of it. Because there is that one sleep meditation I listen to that's called Starry Night. I think I've mentioned this before, where she talks you through, like, just calming your body, deep breathing and stuff. And then she says, envision yourself held by a white light, and then you lift up and you go up into the sky, and then you go beyond the earth and stuff. And I have to tell you that it's pretty trippy.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty trippy if you're really relaxed and you can actually get into it. Most of those meditations I can't really get into, but sometimes when I listen to that one, I can actually kind of imagine like being up there and out there, and then it's like you feel so unimportant, like so minuscule.
So when you say out there, you're talking about out in space?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like did you? Okay, because I was going to say, have you ever had dreams where you've like been able to fly?
Fly, yes.
Yeah.
Mostly because I fall down, and that's when I wake up.
Oh, really?
Don't you ever have those? Or like when you fall off a window, like out of a window or something, and you snap.
Oh,
you never have that dream?
No.
Where you're falling?
I have had regular dreams, though, throughout my life about being able to fly and like how to levitating and being able to actually propel myself. To this day, every once in a while will have dreams about myself being able to do that.
And have you ever been able to control it?
Yeah, totally. I can control it. I can decide where I go. And it's so real that like it's not far-fetched, I'm flapping my wings sort of thing. It's just I'm actually able to levitate and propel myself through the air.
Dreams are bizarre that way.
They are.
How freaking real they can be.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
But back to this song. So Space Odyssey.
Oddity.
I don't know why I keep saying Odyssey.
Because Odyssey sounds like a more appropriate title. Space Odyssey.
I think there was a movie, Space Odyssey, wasn't there? But this song was rush released as a single to capitalize on the Apollo 11 moon landing.
2001, A Space Odyssey.
Right.
Is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah. So it was rush released because they were trying to get it out to kind of maximize with the Apollo 11 landing on the moon.
Okay. But did they say anything about why he called it Oddity?
Why?
Ground control to Major Tom. This ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirts you wear.
I don't know.
Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. Okay, sorry. What a crazy song, man. I'm floating in the most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today. Yeah, Like, what do the stars look like when you're on the other side of the atmosphere? Like, are they just the same but brighter? Or does the atmosphere filter something about their appearance? Like, how dark is it in space?
Well, you've seen images.
I know, but it's not the same as looking out the window and seeing it, you know?
Yeah, that is a good question, really, because when you think about it, at night, when we look up and we see the stars, in a way, I guess it's just the way my brain is wired, I know that it's infinite, but I kind of see that as the end. Wherever I see the stars, that's kind of like the end, because that's all I can see.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's different when you're in space.
Right.
Whether you still process the information that way to say, okay, well, I can see the stars, but that's where it ends. Or if it actually does feel
bigger,
more infinite.
Yeah, because like we can't even see all the planets with our naked eye.
No.
So, but once you're up there, like if you go around the moon, then will you see all the planets?
Well, no,
like,
but
off in the distance, no. Will you not see them as larger?
Galaxy
specks?
is massive. Have you ever looked at maps of space and what they think?
No, because it would break my brain.
Yeah. Well, our galaxy is one tiny, itsy bitsy component with the planets that we cannot see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just one galaxy amongst millions of galaxies out there.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on black holes, because that makes my brain.
I know. And then you talk about like red dwarfs and different types of suns, because the sun is a type of star, but they have different magnitudes of power. It's all just crazy.
Yeah, we really should have been high for this episode.
Oh. Let's
get on to a few more songs, because we've been yabbering on for almost an hour.
Well, I just love the song Across the Universe. It doesn't have too much to say about space travel, but there is a very cool line in it where they sing Jai Guru Deva Om, and that's a Hindi or Sanskrit, probably. It's actually Sanskrit, and it means, it's a tribute to their. Remember, the Beatles went through this whole yogi phase, right?
Yes, yeah.
So they used to be disciples of the Maharishi Mahesh, and it means all glory to Guru Dev.
And who's Guru Dev?
That was the Maharishi Mahesh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's such a, like, that line is said over and over in that song, which is just kind of interesting that they put in a Sanskrit line. Even when you look up the lyrics, it's written in Sanskrit.
Oh, interesting.
Which is, for the people, for the little listeners, is the equivalent of Latin. If you're thinking of English to Latin, this is like Hindi to Sanskrit. It's like the original language.
So, Sanskrit is also a language that a lot of computer programmers study, apparently.
That's freaky.
Yeah, because there's kind of like, I'm going to totally butcher this, so don't know if we'll keep this in, but it's something about like kind of like the mathematical equation, the logic behind the language resonates well with logic related to programming, like script.
So I looked that up as you were talking, because you were worried you were going to butcher it. And here's what the AI overview, which annoys me, but this is what it says. Sanskrit and mathematics are deeply intertwined in ancient Indian history, where technical knowledge was composed in verse for oral transmission. Interesting. Sanskrit provided the precision required for early Indian mathematics to develop advanced concepts like the decimal place value system, algebraic techniques, and trigonometry. That's pretty creepy.
If we believe the AI.
If we believe the AI.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Soon,
so back
the AI
to the
will control everything.
Say that again.
Soon the AI will be our only source of knowledge, because it is teaching itself at rates faster than we can teach it anything.
Yeah, we're screwed. Anyways, across the so that Across the Universe, that came out the year I was born, 1969. Yeah. Can't say I'm a big fan of that song.
Oh, no?
No, I really wasn't a fan of that era of Beatles.
Oh, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really?
I mean, I don't
Strawberry
hate
Fields
it,
Forever?
but
Oh.
yeah. Yeah. Did you see the movie?
Yes,
Across
I
the Universe?
did. Yes.
And what did you think of that?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I think I have. I can't remember, to be honest.
I mean, it's like Mamma Mia, right? You're forcing a storyline to fit the songs.
Right.
So it's not the greatest story, but the visuals, and it was
Very
a female.
trippy. I remember.
It's just beautifully shot. The movie. Julie Taymor was the director of that, and she is known for her visual style. And I did find it just a gorgeous movie to watch. And Bono has a cameo in it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He sings "I'm the Walrus." I think.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's just do one more song.
Okay, how about Rocket Man?
Yes, okay.
That seems like the most appropriate one.
Again, another song that had a movie based on it as well.
True. But the movie was based on his life story, right?
Yes, yeah.
But interesting that he chose to name it Rocket Man.
Well, and a lot of the musical numbers were very fantastical and kind of
spacey?
Built around the Rocket Man kind of persona, weren't they?
Did he?
I remember,
was that a thing for him? Like that was a persona he had?
I think it. I don't know, actually.
Again, Elton is not an artist I know much about, to be honest.
I think for promotional purposes, maybe, yeah. But it was. I mean, Rocket Man was a major hit for him and Bernie Taupin. It was originally released on the 31st of March, 1972, in the U.S. And the song charted in the UK on the 22nd of April, rising to number 2. And then number 6 on the US Billboard Hot 100. And then April 5th, 2024, the song was certified triple platinum with 1.8 million streams, digital downloads.
Why?
I don't know. I think probably a revival from the movie. I mean, Rocket Man came out well before the 2024, but it would have
doesn't make sense.
It would have brought it back onto the radar.
Okay, maybe.
And who knows the way they use music to, for marketing and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we sing this episode out, because I think we should sing a little bit of Rocket Man as we end this episode. The biggest point I think that comes to mind whenever I think of space, and when I was watching this and listening to, the ground control talking to them in that space shuttle, is just like how ridiculous it is. All the petty little things we fight about and we obsess over. It's like, we are all like specks. Can we not just
get along?
Just try to be like, we all just want to be happy, and live like a fulfilling life and have people we love and stuff, like very simple values that we all share no matter where we are. And yet the state of the world today, it just blows my mind.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't that be nice?
I know.
Maybe we should send our politicians up into space.
Yeah.
And have them get some perspective.
Maybe.
That might be a good thing to do. I wonder if that would
give people perspective, like to just see this world from the outside. It's like, it's our freaking little home. Like, not little, but it's ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy to think of it.
Yeah. Well, I agree totally, Priya. I think that, if we had the opportunity to see the world without borders and all the rest of the petty bullshit that distracts us, we'd probably last a lot longer. But that is not the world we live in now.
AI is going to take over anyways, so whatever. Okay.
And on that downer, little listeners, thanks for listening to this episode of Life is in the Lyrics.
Yes, tune in next time. We've got some, we're going to end up on a desert island.
Yes, we are.
Let's see what we take with us.
Yeah, that'll be our little space odyssey.
Yeah.
So if you have any thoughts about this episode, please write in. You can do that by sliding into our DMs on lifeisinthelyrics@gmail.com. No, that would be our email. That's what you could do. Email us at lifeisinthelyric@gmail.com or slide into our DMs on Instagram, and that's The Little Podcast.
And just spell that for them.
The LIITL Podcast.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, see you next week.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find
I'm not the man with the game. Oh, no.
I'm a rocket man.
Rocket man.